Well, I did it. Right after I said I upload new videos every Sunday, I missed a week. But during that time, I did have to evacuate from a hurricane, so maybe give me some slack. Anyway, hello lovely person. Welcome to another Stupid Story Time, where I tell you a story about a time I did something stupid. This story is the fault of my stupid stomach and its predisposition toward motion sickness. Today I'm gonna tell you the story of how I threw up on my first date. Not my first date with this particular person, no, my first date ever. So the date in question was with someone I went to school with. We had been friends for a while, but when we started dating, neither of us had a car, so we didn't really have a chance to go out on that many dates. So the first technical date we went on ended up being a really fancy dance. Now I'm talking suits, ball gowns, the whole 9 yards. And because neither of us had a car, it was a double date. We carpooled to the dance with my partner's roommate and their date, who sat in the front, while my date and I sat in the back. We went and got dinner before the dance, and I got some kind of like pesto garlic flatbread or something. Whatever it was, it had garlic on it, which I usually love, but not so much on this particular night. The car we ended up going in was my date's roommate's brother's car, and it was a stick shift. The venue where the dance was held was located about 40 minutes to an hour away through lots of windy back roads full of potholes. Now, put together windy back roads, potholes, garlic for dinner, a proclivity to motion sickness, and a stick shift. I did not stand a chance. I felt sick the entire time we were in the car. I was talking to my date who was sitting next to me while looking straight ahead, trying not to get sick. Eventually I realized I needed to stop and get out of the car, or I was going to throw up. So I told the person who was driving how I was feeling and asked if they could pull over. So they did. They pulled over onto the side of the road. And by that point, I was so far gone that I just opened the door, leaned out, and puked on the ground without even taking my seatbelt off. Did I mention that I barely knew the two people in the front seats? They were my date's friends, not mine. And this was their first impression of me. That's actually not the only first impression story I have of me throwing up, unfortunately. Maybe I'll tell that one another time, but it's a little too recent for me to want to talk about it right now. And remember, we were on our way to a very nice dance, so I was in a full-on ball gown with my hair and makeup all nicely done, and I was just sitting there leaning out the car door puking my guts out. Thank God I always carry mints with me, so I was able to freshen up a little bit. After that, I was fine. Everyone insisted I move to the front seat, and I was grateful. It actually turned out to be a really nice night after that. It was a beautiful place, and I ended up having a really nice time. When we got there, I did not feel like dancing though, which was okay because my date didn't really want to anyway. So that's the story of how I threw up in a ball gown on my first ever date. If you like that story, then like and subscribe, because I have a lot more stories like that, unfortunately. Not just embarrassing ones. Embarrassing puke stories. I throw up a lot. But until then, see you later, lovely person.